Friday,
made it.
Friday. Yeah, and it's a snowy one too. Sorry, I'm getting adjusted.
It really does look like snow globe conditions right outside the studio windows.
It's pretty.
It's swirling, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing. With this lake effect snow, people keep asking me, how long is it going to snow for? When is it going to arrive? Here's the answer. We're going to have the potential for snow today and tomorrow. Now, I know that's broad, but if you could picture this lake effect snow is kind of like a fire hose that just wiggles around.
Yeah,
out of
unpredictably.
Control.
Oh.
Yes. So picture that.
It's a good
wiggling
metaphor.
in off
It's a
the
really
lake.
good metaphor by you.
That was not by me. That was by the National Weather Service, actually. But I read it and I was like, yes.
That's spot on.
Yes. So as it wiggles, it's going to be on the Illinois side today, on and off into the Indiana side, mostly tonight, especially, and then tomorrow it could be wiggling back over to Chicago. And when we get these bands, it's hazardous because you could be driving along and then all of a sudden it's whiteout.
Yeah.
You're driving right into it. So speaking of the weather, I told Anthony I need him to settle this debate that my husband and I are having about our daughter this morning.
Okay.
And clothing. So we've talked on the show in the past about how we let our kids kind of, you know, be themselves, show their creativity, da-da-da. Well, yesterday, Birdie, my 6-year-old, was wearing a sweatshirt before school. And she told me a couple days before that she was hot in school. So I said, Grady, don't let her wear a sweatshirt. She's going to get hot. So today he sends me a picture of her. She's wearing a sleeveless strap shirt. And I'm like, Grady,
like a tank top kind of thing?
Yeah, like a dress with no sleeves.
Okay.
And jeans. It was a silly outfit. And I just said, like, you're sending her to school without sleeves, and we've got snow on the way, like heavy snow. And he's like, it's not cold inside. And he's like, you told me not to put her in her sweatshirt yesterday, so today I let her pick out her outfit. In your opinion, is it okay to let your kids pick out their outfits for school, regardless of if it's appropriate for the weather?
Huge clarification. Did she wear a coat?
When she was outside, yes, but in the classroom, sleeveless.
Yeah, no, I think that's okay? Totally fine.
All right.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm going with Grady on this one.
The pressure is off if you let your kids pick their own school clothes.
Yeah, it's off. We've had this same thing happen because Theo, I guess apparently he's known in school as the kid who just always wears shorts. He was wearing shorts yesterday too, and
oh no.
yeah. So maybe you're asking the wrong guy. But he brings the layers to school. Like, he's got it all in his backpack in case he needs to walk home from school.
Yeah.
And so he's got the backup. So in my mind, as long as she's got the coat.
Yeah.
Then
let them do what they
Yeah, so I think within reason. Within reason. Like,
but because part of me is like, she's only 6, so she doesn't understand that she might need a little something more than just, you know, tank top. But,
yeah. No, we're going through that too. And there have been times where it's like, you are wearing shorts right now, and he refuses, and it's just like, all right, as long as you have the backup stuff, because part of me wants him to learn. You know how you can talk all you want about how hot a hot stove is, but you don't know just how hot until you touch it?
Yeah.
Part of me is like, you can learn the hard way, buddy.
Yeah.
If you get stuck outside, I want you, you know. So I mean, I don't want them to catch hypothermia or anything. So within reason, but that's, we're going through a similar track. I think as long as they got some layers, you're okay.
I almost want to tell the teacher, like, my husband's getting
Don't send us a note for DCFS.
Right. Yeah, that too. One time when I was a kid, I was in 1st grade. I remember this to this day, and it was a situation where my dad was getting us ready for school. We were in a hurry. My dad was probably getting on us like, we got to go now. Yeah. So I rushed out the door with my coat on, but underneath the coat, it was like an outfit like this kind of, but I had tights. So he couldn't tell that I wasn't wearing a skirt. So I had a shirt on, tights,
Nothing else?
Bottoms. So I get to school.
And this is before the days. Well, that's pretty much ubiquitous now with yoga pants.
But
everyone wears just like, yeah, that's right. Okay.
So the teacher was like, you got to put your coat in the cubby, and I refused to do it. So eventually, speaking of going down to the office, I do remember a trip down to the office. They had to call my dad.
Did you explain to the teacher why you weren't?
I don't remember that part, but I do remember my dad having to bring said skirt to school for me. So yeah. Kind of traumatizing, right? Obviously. I don't remember a lot, but I do remember that.
Oh man, I had a couple of very near wardrobe things
Did
happen.
you?
Yes. This is one of my most embarrassing moments. I'll just show it. Well, nearly my most embarrassing moment.
Okay.
I was outside during recess. This is in like fourth or fifth grade, and this kid made me laugh so hard.
You peed your pants.
That I peed my pants. Okay. And I remember him looking at, he was doing this imitation of, you know, those kung fu movies where the mouth doesn't, it just made me laugh so hard I just lost it, peed myself.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So I remember he looked at me and he was like, dude, I think you just peed in your pants.
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
I did. I'm like, I did. I ran inside and I luckily had a pair of gym shorts.
Nice.
And so I was able to like get out of the situation, but that would have been a
Oh, I peed my pants, second grade. I had to go to the bathroom really bad, but I was
Sometimes it
embarrassed to go to the bathroom because the bathrooms were in the classrooms. So I thought the kids could hear me going to the bathroom. So I held it up to the very last second, rushed into the bathroom, didn't make it to the toilet, peed my pants. And then, unfortunately for me, I had to do the walk of shame through the classroom to go to the office to put on some lost and found sweats.
So were you seen by other students doing that walk of shame?
Oh yeah, and like somebody from
Second
the
grade's
office
pretty
said,
early though.
My teacher was a boy. It was just unfortunate.
Yeah.
And then
Always, the lesson here, backup clothes.
Yes.
Backup clothes.
Teachers ask for it now.
Yes.
Throw it in the backpack.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, we just got wet.
Navigating that territory, that is tough terrain.
It is.
For both parents and kids.
It is.
Woo-hoo. Okay. All right. It is cold out. Right now, it is snowing out, and no one knows how painfully cold Chicago can get more than the city's homeless population. It's a serious issue, happens every year, and joining us this morning to talk about how Chicago has come together around the homeless population, we have Jose Munoz, who is the executive director of La Casa Norte. They are providing some much-needed resources in this weather. Jose, thank you for being on the program. We really appreciate not only your time, but more importantly, what you guys are doing to step up for area homeless folks. And why don't you run us through kind of put this in context for us with regard to the population itself. What is Chicago's homeless population doing this year as opposed to years past?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me and for inviting me to be a part of this and to talk a little bit about this. So, I mean, we have about, at our last count, which was last year, we just did a new one this year. The numbers aren't out yet, but as of last year, we had over 7,400 people that are experiencing homelessness, literal homelessness in the city of Chicago. When you start adding up individuals who are doubled up, couch surfing, who weren't counted, we're looking at over nearly 75,000 people across the city of Chicago who are experiencing homelessness. So it's a lot of people out there right now. We also have a lot of people that are on the fringe of homelessness, who are commuting, have a difficult time getting to the city. So we provide services to individuals who are both experiencing homelessness and who may be doubled up or are couch surfing throughout the city of Chicago. We operate several shelters. We have a shelter on the south side of Chicago in the back of the Yards neighborhood. We also operate two shelters on the north side of Chicago in the Logan Square neighborhood, all for youth 18 to 24 years of age, as well as two drop-in centers that provide services to youth 18, 16 to 24, where we provide warm meals and we're a warm place to connect and case management services for them.
Okay, so how can homeless people find you? You mentioned the two locations. Do you guys broadcast this? Obviously, we're talking about it now, but like throughout the city to the homeless folks.
Yeah, well, I mean, the easiest way for individuals to find support, not just from La Casa Norte, but from other providers that are providing homeless services, to dial 311 and get connected to the city's line to be able to, they can get information on how to get to a shelter that's closest to them. And then La Casa Norte does have a website. We're also on social media. We're at lacasanorte.org. I'll be honest with you, a lot of people that are experiencing homelessness also hear from us just word of mouth from other people that are experiencing homelessness and are looking for support services.
What is like the typical day look like from the point of view of these folks? Is it one of those things where they are out and about during the day and they sleep at one of a resource provided by your facility? Does it vary person to person? And how much time are they actually out in the elements?
Well, I mean, it does vary person to person. We have people that are quite literally out all day long in the elements and are experiencing homelessness all day long. We do have individuals that come to shelters like ours. Where our shelter operates 24 hours a day, so we never close. We have individuals that come in, they get a bed, and they're able to stay with us. Some stay for days at a time, and then we're there for as long as they need us.
So these resources that you're giving to these people, how can folks help you guys? I'm sure you need food, perhaps even bedding, clothing items, hygiene products. Can people donate to your program?
Absolutely. We're always looking for donations, everything from food, groceries, winter gear. We collect winter gear throughout the year. And blankets. The easiest way to connect with us, we have an Amazon wish list where individuals can go in there, they can purchase something, it'll go directly to La Casa Norte, and we send that directly to the clients that we support. In addition to that, they can also visit our website, lacasanorte.org. There we have information on how to volunteer, how to provide donations, both monetary donations as well as items that they can donate to be able to support individuals who are experiencing homelessness.
Well, that sounds like you guys are doing some really, really great work there. 75,000 people. I'm just curious, can you give us any insight on how they end up in the position they're in here? Is it a lot of them substance abuse issues, mental health issues, I'm guessing?
I mean, it could be substance use, mental health issues on there. Sometimes it's just people go through a difficult time. I mean, there are literally, I mean, and I would say Americans across the country who are on the fringes of homelessness. They're living paycheck to paycheck. Grocery prices are going up. The cost of living continues to go up. Wages have been stagnant. So all of these things have a ripple effect on our entire social safety net system. The reason that people end up homeless is different for everyone. We always look at homelessness as a situation a person is in. It's not an identity. It's sometimes, with a little bit of support and help, case management support services, being able to get connected to a job or being placed, helping find supportive housing. That's the type of thing that helps get individuals out of homelessness. But it varies per individual.
Do you ever have family members coming to your facilities looking for their loved ones who they've lost track of that may be homeless?
We've had situations like that. We've also had individuals that have come and have lost track of their family. Have gotten to Chicago for different reasons, have ended up in our city, mainly because they're looking for support services. Sometimes it's just as easy as connecting them to their family. We've had young people that have come to our shelter, got connected back with family. We have a computer lab where we allow youth to get in there and get online. They've connected with family, and we've helped them purchase a bus ticket back home, and that's helped immensely to get them out of homelessness.
I'm seeing that your different shelters kind of have different age ranges, different eligibilities. Give us an idea of kind of the variety of resources that you provide. I noticed one of them is specifically for young expecting mothers.
Yes, yeah. So our shelters, for the most part, all the youth that we're serving we're primarily serving youth 18 to 24 years old. We do have a pregnant and parenting program. That's for moms who are between the ages of 18 to 24 and have children under 5 years old. So it's they get their own private room, and it's a shelter in Logan Square. And we provide support services to them and their children to be able to help them get out of homelessness.
Do you feel like in the winter when it gets cold and it's unbearable to be outside for an extended period of time that the amount of people ramp up that come to your facilities?
Absolutely. And I think that's the same experience that every shelter across the city of Chicago is seeing. Unfortunately, there's not nearly enough beds to serve everybody that is experiencing homelessness. We try to serve as many people as we can, but we do see a surge. I mean, it's cold outside, as you can imagine. You're walking out for just a few minutes. It's blistering cold. Imagine being out there all day long. So people try to get out of the elements as much as they can.
Okay, Jose, before we let you go, what is the best way that folks can help?
The best way to connect with La Casa Norte is to visit our website, lacasanorte.org. You can find information on all our support services and ways to get involved with our mission.
Okay.
Thank you, Jose Munoz. Appreciate everything you are doing. And we hope you have a great weekend. Stay warm yourself.
You too.
All right, yeah, it's one of those every year, and 75,000. Think about that
Did you say
number.
75,000 or 7,500?
75,000.
75,000?
Yeah.
Holy smokes! Yeah, that's terrible.
That's Chicagoland, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen. You know, it's interesting because we've seen a lot of these tent cities pop up and then be cleared out by the city.
Yeah,
It's like an ongoing thing. They were set up in a park that was right on Foster, kind of near the Mayfair neighborhood for a while, but it got to be a safety issue with the neighbors right nearby. They started getting complaints about noise and safety concerns with regard to kids. There were a number of encampments that were set up on North Lakeshore Drive for that was my commute for a long time. It's not anymore, but you'd see under the bridges just these massive encampments. And
Or
they've
even
had
Lower Wacker.
Yeah, Lower Wacker for sure.
That's what I was wondering. We were talking before we had that interview. Like where do people go for shelter if they're homeless? Where can you go to get away from the wind and the snow? And that's why Lower Wacker came to my mind.
Yeah,
a warm
I mean,
spot.
you're at least under under shelter.
Right.
But 311 is if you notice a homeless person that looks like they're struggling, you can call 311 and arrange free transportation as well. They do these. They've got, the city has vehicles specifically for this thing. So
it's good to hear that he also has open doors for people who want to donate products. Because it's stuff that you wouldn't even think about. Like I mentioned, deodorant,
Right.
for example.
no, they need it.
Hygiene products, anything that you have that's extra to donate, especially during this time of year.
All right, will winter last, what is it with Groundhog Day, another 6 weeks?
Do you see the shadow? Or are we not going to see the shadow?
Monday, it's the big day. And this is one of the quirkiest traditions we have. One of the quirkiest, but I like how there's like local angle on this. Woodstock Willie.
Yeah.
Every year we cover it. I haven't been out there before myself, but I'm a big fan of the movie Groundhog Day. We're going to be joined by the VP of the entire festival committee. It's the Woodstock Groundhog Days Festival Committee, and she is going to run us through all the. This isn't just Monday. There's a whole weekend
all around it.
Yeah, exactly. The build up. So we're going to be joined by Melissa McMahon. We come back after this.
Welcome back. It is just about 10:20, and year after year, like Groundhog Day, Woodstock is preparing to host its annual Groundhog Day festival that kicks off today until February 2nd, celebrating its connection to the 1993 film Groundhog Day. Joining us this morning is Melissa McMahon. She's the Woodstock Groundhog Day Festival Committee Vice President, Woodstock Willie mascot team captain. Good morning to you.
That's
Melissa,
quite a
what
resume.
Title.
Yeah, it's a busy resume and a busy time of year for us.
Okay.
Good morning.
Well, let's talk about this weekend. So we mentioned before the break that this is a weekend full of festivities. So it's not just Groundhog Day celebration, but there's other stuff going on too.
That's true. We actually kick off the official in-person events tonight with the welcoming of the groundhog. So Woodstock Willie, our large mascotted creature that you see there, will come out and greet his fans. And we have that trivia, and there's other events tonight. And then we start up real early tomorrow morning with a 5K that is hosted by the Woodstock High School backers. So it's a fundraiser for the students, and we kind of go up through pub crawl tomorrow night. And then Sunday we do some more stuff. And then Monday is bright and early. Wear your booties. It's going to be cold out there.
That's the big event right there. Melissa, it's just occurring to me when you said, or maybe it was Caitlin that said this movie came out in 1993, that some of the folks that may be watching on our digital channel right now may not be familiar with the movie itself with Bill Murray and Andy McDowell. Will you run us through the kind of Cliff Notes version of Woodstock, its connection with the movie, and just a little bit about the kind of inspiration behind this whole event?
Absolutely. So the movie was filmed in Woodstock. It stood in for Puxatawny in 1992. That's when the filming took place. So a lot of locals were background players in the movie. A lot of, actually, everything that you see there, a lot of it still looks exactly the same. The movie came out in 93, and we've been celebrating since 95. The movie itself is really, everybody has their own opinion about what it is, but it really, at the end of the day, it's just an uplifting, do good, do better kind of story for the ages. You know, Phil's kind of a curmudgeon who comes around and is just a wonderful asset to society afterwards. And in Woodstock, we're just really proud to celebrate that. It's just a feel-good movie. People come from all over the country, all over the world, and a lot of them come to Woodstock because that's what they saw on screen. They've gone to Puxatawny and they're like, that's not it. So they'll come to Woodstock and say, this is what I saw. This is what I want to be in.
That's darling. Okay, so Woodstock, let's talk about your community and how you're hoping, you mentioned people coming from across the country, from across the world, that people will explore Woodstock. So you guys brought in something called Shadow Quest this year. Can you explain what that is?
We did. So I'm going to show you our little figurine. This is our own little Woodstock Willie. And there are about 31 different stores and businesses throughout town, not just on the square where the movie was filmed, but throughout town that you go and you have to go look. And it's kind of like a scavenger hunt of sorts. You'll go, you'll get your things crossed off, and then you get an option. You get into a drawing for an ultimate fan prize pack. But it's just a great way to get visitors and residents into some of our businesses and into businesses they've never been before.
That is a really, really creative way to get people like really exploring the little town of Woodstock. What has this event come to mean to the business community out there?
So back in 92 when it was filming, there was a little like, oh, what's happening? But Columbia Pictures, who made the movie, really embraced the city, embraced the businesses. And over the years, ever since, you find more and more of the businesses are open at 6 a.m. on Groundhog Day, which is, nobody opens that early. So they open, but they also carry merchandise throughout the year. So a lot of people will show up this weekend, but we'll also have people ask for walking tours in the summer months too. All of our tour, like the spots on the tour are plaqued. They have been, and the store owners always welcome everybody in. But a lot of them will have merchandise throughout the year. We celebrate every day of the year, over and over and over again.
Can you speak to how this has impacted the local community, the business owners? If people are coming to visit Woodstock, what would you encourage them to do? Where should they be spending their money to help you guys economically?
Well, I encourage everybody to spend all their money in Woodstock. Anywhere in Woodstock would be great. That's just bringing visitors, bringing tax dollars, bringing fun to Woodstock. But you can find a digital version of the walking tour and a lot of pictures from the past and present on woodstockgroundhog.org, which is our website. But it means a lot, and everybody embraces it. Even the curmudgeons like Phil, who don't want to play along, they do now. Everybody really enjoys it, and you'll see people come with their own signs, just like at this family here, and it's just a good time. It doesn't matter what's happening in the world. On February 2nd, we're going to watch a groundhog tell us what the weather looks like, and we're just going to go with it.
It's such a lovely tradition, and I got to ask you. Groundhog Day nationwide is like one of the more obscure, I don't know if you call it a holiday, one of the more obscure like national days. But I'm just curious, if you grow up in that area, Melissa, like if you're, we both have kids who are really young. They're like 6 years old. Mine are 4 and 9. Is there any way to not know about the Groundhog Day tradition in Woodstock, even for the little kids who haven't seen the movie?
I think even little kids, so there's a joke that when you move to Woodstock, someone gives you a copy of the movie. Like it's in your welcome packet when you move here. But even the kids here know about it, some more than others. But it's turning into one of those cult movies that anyone watches and really gets that feel-good spirit of the movie. And kids enjoy it. We do have events geared towards kids, some free events with our resident theater company, Theater 121 puts together a little play with a groundhog, and that's free to attend. The Shadow Quest is free. Story time with Jim May, and then our movie theater also embraces it. It played, it was the Alpine Theater in the movie, and now they embrace that. They changed their name for the weekend, and then they show the movie all weekend long.
I love that.
Great.
Okay, I have to know about little Willie. How is Willie doing? Where does Willie live during the year? Is Willie like in a cage right behind you? What's the story?
If you ask, some people think it lives in my backyard, but it really doesn't. We have a professional animal handler who he has animals used for films, for tours, and things like that. And Willie is well taken care of through the year. I mean, if I could only work one day a year, I would take that job.
Oh, yeah.
Just one day a year you come out, and so Willie will come with his handler and likes all the carrots.
Oh, yes.
He likes all the carrots. I can never remember if it's he sees his shadow, that means that winter is going to be 6 weeks
longer,
shorter, or what is it again? It's they've got to see its shadow, and then we have a shorter winter.
If it sees its shadow, we have 6 more weeks of winter.
Oh, no.
If there's no shadow,
so I got it reversed.
Then it's spring, I think. Yeah.
Caitlin, I don't know if you have the stats. This is hard to remember. I'm curious how often, it's like the Farmer's Almanac.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know, Melissa, offhand, how often the groundhog gets it right?
So we like to say that it's going to be 6 weeks of winter sometime, or 6 weeks of spring, because there was one year we had a heat rush like the week after, and then it snowed a couple weeks after that. So we do have a running tally on our website of over the years whether or not they're accurate. I mean, we're looking at a groundhog for weather, so.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, hey, what's the website? If people want to open another tab, keep it here, obviously, but if they want to open another tab, what's the website they can check the stats?
Sure, that's woodstockgroundhog.org.
Woodstock.
Oh, it's got its whole thing.
.org.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if Phil and Willie have a little bit of a competitive spirit amongst the two of them, you know?
Yeah, I know. Punxsutawney Phil. You guys have had, before we let you go, Melissa, you guys have had, haven't you had some star power come back from the movie to hang out with you guys on? Yeah, who's been there over the years?
So over the years, at the festival itself, we've had Danny Rubin, who is the original writer of the movie.
Nice.
And the musical that you see on stage now. And Stephen Tobolowsky, he plays Ned Ryerson. He's actually back again this year, so we're really excited to welcome Ned.
Oh, Ned is coming back.
Yep, and he's actually doing a talk in our opera house, kind of a behind the scene, his view of it all. He's also written a few books, and he'll be doing book signings too.
Oh, fun.
That's so cool.
Well, have the best time this weekend. If you are going to be running in that 5K, make sure you bundle up. Melissa, congratulations on it being Woodstock Willie's weekend.
Yes, it's a big weekend. Thanks,
Thank
Melissa.
you so much.
Appreciate it. And when she was like, yeah, everyone shows up to Punxsutawney, and they're like, this isn't what it looks like.
Yes.
That's why it's such a big deal
Woodstock
here.
is the quaint, cute town.
It is.
So choose that one.
It is so quaint.
Yeah.
Love these
It's
small
darling.
towns. We have a really cool segment coming up right after a short break. We are going to speak with a couple of the cast members of the most Tony Award-winning show of 2024, which is having a run right here in Chicago. So stick around for that right after this break.
Start your weekend.
All right, 10:33. You might recognize these two beautiful ladies here. The most Tony Award-winning show of 2024. The most
Toniest.
Tony Award-nominated play of all time.
I like that.
Yes, the Toniest of Tony. Stereophonic. This is a play that zooms in on a music studio in 1976. It's here, up-and-coming rock band recording a new album. Finds itself, okay, goodness, I'm struggling through this. All right, so what it's about is a rock band that's recording a new album. They find themselves suddenly on the cusp of superstardom, and this could spark their breakup or their breakthrough. So it's playing now through February 8th at the, is it Civic?
CIBC Theater?
CIBC. So joining us this morning is Claire Dijon, she's Diana, and Emily Kawachu, who is Holly. So thanks for joining us this morning, ladies. Let's talk about first, I want to know, well, we kind of already know because we just asked them, your history with acting. How did you get to this place today?
Yeah, I mean, I just did acting camps as a little kid, and I always loved music, and then just kind of like playing with my Barbie dolls and making up characters, and that's literally how it began, which is the craziest thing, that now this is my job. So yeah, I did that growing up, and then I went to University of Michigan for musical theater and graduated and have been acting ever since. So,
wow, okay.
yeah.
What about you, Emily?
Yeah, so I actually started doing theater. I'm from Palatine, Illinois, so I started doing theater at the community theater at the Palatine Park District. And I did it throughout like high school and middle school. And then I also went to the University of Michigan, not with Claire, but we were a little bit apart.
Ships passing in the night.
Passing. But we made it back together.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So let's go through both of your characters in this. The premise of this almost reminds me of that movie. I don't know if you guys have seen Almost Famous, where that's
Of course.
it's about a band, Stillwater, on the brink of superstardom.
Yeah.
Stereophonic. Okay. You guys play. Okay, so Claire, you play Diana.
Yeah.
Emily, you play Holly. Who are these characters? Why don't we start here with Claire?
Diana is the, I guess, lead singer of the band. She's in a relationship with Peter, who's kind of the main producer, guitarist, another singer. And Peter and Diana had just joined this band of 3 Brits. So they're 2 Americans joining the Brits. And at the beginning of the show, Diana is kind of more of a watcher. She has a song that suddenly rose to the top, and she's kind of like shocked by the success. And I don't think she has the confidence at the beginning. And then as the show progresses, you see her kind of go through this beautiful journey of discovering who she is as an artist. And it's really fun to play that, and really fun to be with Holly, who's Emily's character.
Emily, tell us about Holly.
Yeah, so we are the 2 only women in the show, so our characters like kind of depend on each other throughout the show, and you kind of see their relationship go through its own struggles too.
Totally.
So it's really cool to be able to do that with Claire, obviously. But Holly is the keyboardist in the group. She's like kind of a musical genius, and she knows what she wants, and she's sure of what she wants. She's also in a relationship with someone in the band, the bass player, Reg. And their relationship starts off extremely rocky, and you kind of see like the ups and downs of their relationship, and how much they love each other, and then how much that love kind of tears them apart ultimately. And you also get to see Holly go through her own inner struggles of like just being able to say how she feels, and her feeling like, you know, because she's a woman and a woman of color in this band, she's not like taken seriously, and so you kind of see her struggle with that throughout the show too. So,
Ladies, I gotta know, when performing this, did you have to have some sort of musical ability beforehand, or is this all fake? Are you just like moving your mouth, or you're actually?
None of it is fake.
None of it.
I know. It's really cool in that way, because I mean, we're all actors. I would say first, you really need to be a strong actor to be able to do this show, and but the nature of it is that you also have to be a really confident musician. And it's interesting because all of our characters, like I would say Diana has probably the least music ability, but as a person, I grew up playing music a lot and listening to music, and so it's a huge part of my identity, probably similarly to you.
So did you know the keys before this show, or did you have to pick it up?
Listen, not to the extent that like Holly, I guess, that character would know at all. I really had to work hard to like learn this music, and the team just like kind of trusted us to do it. Not everyone in the band plays their instrument. Some people do.
Yeah, like Denver who plays Peter, has played guitar for forever, and Chris, who plays Reg, plays the bass, and I think it's very new to him.
He even learned for the show.
Yeah, too. I mean, I play a little bit of keys in the show, and I am not a piano player at all. So it is one of those things, like I think we feel really comfortable singing.
Yeah.
But then
singing
it's like
and playing it at the same time is so different.
And it's kind of wonderful, because in this play, the music, like it's it's like intertwined in the plot, but it's not like a musical where you're like singing and everything has to be perfect. It's kind of like in the imperfections that things really pop, and like it makes it really fun to sit down every day and play these songs, and people improv and we kind of like go off of each other, and it's just like you're really watching a real band. It's really amazing, and it's so fun for us. Like I feel like I look around every day and I'm just can't stop smiling because how fun it is to have these breaks in the show, you know, in between all, there's a lot of like emotional stuff and
so it does get dramatic. It's not.
It's very dramatic. Yeah. If anything, the music it heightens the drama, but for us, I think it feels like, for me at least, as Diana, like it feels like a release, because that's maybe one of the only ways that she can express herself.
Is the band itself reminiscent or based on a band of that time?
So it's based on like a bunch of different, you know, groups in the 70s. I think with like the Brits coming over, like there are a lot of mixed, you know, culture groups in the 70s. So it's based on like a bunch of different.
It's a fictional band. And all of the music is original by Will Butler of Arcade Fire. So you're not going to hear anything that you necessarily know, which I think some people are expecting something different, but it really makes it exciting because it does feel like, oh, we're not trying to be like these other people, or, you know, it's just kind of like taking all of the pieces from the history and putting it into our thing and just creating these characters that are unique from other people.
So if someone's watching and they're curious if this would be their kind of show, their kind of story, what would you say to them to describe it? Is it more of a love story? You mentioned there's music in between. Is it the drama between the band? What is like the focus?
I'd say,
or is it a little bit of everything?
It's a little bit of everything. You get some love, you get a lot of drama. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a love story. But I would say it's mainly just about the creative process. If you've ever made something that you're really excited about and the cost of what it takes to make that. So
it's a love story to being an artist. If anything, like
giving up on your relationships.
Sacrifices and friendships. You have relationships, and I think even though it's not a love story, everyone can relate to these feelings. Like it's very a good showcase of just like humanity. And especially if you are an artistic person, or you love music, or you are a writer, like you know how it feels to put your all into something. And I think a lot of people can take that away from it, I think.
What do you think it is about this particular show that made it like I said, the toniest performance ever? Is it, was it one of those things that, well, the critics just obviously loved it, but what is it? Obviously it's connecting on some kind of major level. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
It's a show that I've never really seen done in this way before. It's very naturalistic. It kind of invites the audience in rather than showcases anything. So you come in and the show just starts. There's no big number at the beginning. It just kind of like happens. And I think that's really special. I've never really seen anything like it, and I think that's why people are drawn to it.
Yeah, me neither. And when I saw it in New York on Broadway, I was completely blown away. It had been recommended to me by a bunch of people, and yeah, like Emily said, it's not your average play, and it's not a musical. It's just this kind of like magical thing in between, and it's very realistic. There's not things showcased. It's like a fly on the wall kind of thing. So kind of like a reality TV show.
Yeah, a lot of people think of musical theater and think big number, you know, big
It's not a musical. It's not a musical theater piece at all.
Got it.
It's definitely like a documentary. Like a docu-series of your favorite band, but you're meeting your favorite band as you walk in the theater.
Cool.
Okay, I want to know, behind the scenes, what is it like to be an actor in this way? Is it what you do all day, every day? Do you have an escape? And how has your support been from maybe family or friends?
It's hard sometimes. I feel like the show it can be really meta. Like there's only 7 of us on stage. So there's 5 members of the band, and we didn't mention our engineer. There's 2 engineers. So you're really watching the show from their point of view. But I think, like we said, the characters have so much like humanity in them. It can be hard to separate it from your reality, just because we are artists and we're moving through this and we're on tour together. So it can be a lot of weight, but it's also really wonderful to, you know, look beside you and see like, okay, we're kind of going through the same thing.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And I have, you know, lovely friends and family who support me, and I'm able to like veg and take a second away.
Yeah, no, I feel like we always joke about how alike we are to our characters. And it is hard to kind of separate yourself from the world of the show, but and also we're on tour, so we don't have that home base of like family with us all the time. So we kind of are relying on each other to like give each other support throughout all of this. So
Emily, I gotta ask, okay, Palatine native. Palatine, by the way, is about like what, 40 minutes from downtown Northwest? So she's from Texas, but is this, did you have anyone on opening night, or are you gonna have like friends and old drama teachers and folks from the Park District and everyone coming out? Are they coming
I have like 30 people coming on Saturday of my family. I have like my teachers, like my high school stats teachers coming, my high school econ teachers coming, my choir teacher. I actually just did like a little like workshop with like the kids up at my school and the choir, and it was like, I was like crying because it's just so surreal.
Though, I remember those moments growing up, where somebody who's made it comes back and gives you a little but you that sticks with you. When you're a kid, don't those moments stick with you?
I was telling Emily, like, I feel like yesterday I was in a master class, you know, performing a monologue for someone that was on tour. It's just so crazy that now that's us. That's you. Like, this is your hometown. It's so special.
Is it going to go through, you're from Dallas, right? Is it going to go through Dallas at one point?
Dallas is our last stop.
Okay, so you're going to have this moment too later.
It's so special. And we were just in LA, where I spent kind of some of my formative teenage years. So it kind of felt like I've been getting like little bits and pieces, but it will be surreal to go back home and perform in a theater where I saw, you know, some of my first performances that really wanted me, or made me want to be an actor.
So inspirational. You guys.
Ladies.
Oh my gosh, this makes me want to get some tickets.
Get some tickets.
Yes, give us, we're out of time. We're getting the wrap, but tell us where, how long are you guys in town? And then maybe we can
till February 8th.
February 8th.
February 8th. All right, so we got like a little over a week. Get our butts into those seats.
You guys should just start a band with all of the actors, because you know how to do the things. You can sing and you can play.
Maybe we will.
Maybe we will.
Thank you both so much.
Your hits.
Yes, we got Claire DeJean and Emily Kachu. Did I get it right? Kwachu. Oh my gosh, congratulations to both of you. Break a leg.
Thank you.
And have an awesome time here in Chicago. We'll be back with more Chicago Now right after this.
Good news for people with Medicaid.
Okay, do you remember we had a story a few days ago about how libraries were sending receipts when you check out your books showing how much money you've saved, not only with this one trip, but over the year compared to if you were going to a bookstore? We're going to get to the bottom of this. We talked earlier this week, as mentioned, but now we're joined by the expert. Oh, yeah, this is what we were talking about. So if you look closely, it says $118,140 saved since using the library from the start. Now, this particular person, I remember hearing, was renting 3-4 books a week, but, you know, maybe you didn't.
That's a lot of money, 118 grand.
But even $100 a year would be fabulous. All right, so joining us this morning is Joy Hauser, Circulation Coordinator, Library Operations and Patron Experience at the Chicago Public Library. Good morning, Joy.
Good morning.
Okay, so let's talk about how this started, because I feel like this was probably an idea that was tossed around in a meeting and then just caught fire. Like, that is a great idea.
It is. So actually one of our data analysts was just kind of playing around with different features, found this one, and looked at how much he had saved. And he was like, oh, this is really cool. Brought it to a meeting and everyone was like, well, this is great. And so we decided to implement it last year.
It would have been crazy not to.
Exactly.
Right? Okay, so what is it based on? Because when I saw 118,000, I'm like, okay, this guy must be, 90 years old. He's been going to the library since the, 1940s or something like that. What is it based on? Because I know that not only can you check out books there, but you can get your hands on music and movies, all kinds of stuff, right?
Absolutely. So this is based on what the retail item is when we purchase something. So it logs that information, and then as you check things out, it adds to your total. So you can see if you were to buy everything you're using from the library new, that's what it would have cost. But yeah, it's for books, it's for DVDs, we have music. Not included in this, we have the library of things. You can even get like a fishing pole or basketball or like a Bissell little green machine if you want to.
What?
You can check those things out?
Oh yeah, absolutely. A lot of our libraries have library of things. There's like popcorn machines, there's like a bag toss, really anything you can think of. There's a ton of stuff there.
Son of a gun. Your next party is
Keep going. Hold on. Keep going with the random stuff, because I'm super curious.
Library
Because sometimes, you know what, if you are in the city and you've got a studio apartment, but you've got a little postage stamp yard and you want to host some folks and you don't have space to store a big bag machine or a popcorn machine, this is awesome. You can just check it out and return it.
Yeah, you can check it out. There's a bubble machine. Kids love that one for kids' parties.
Wait, this is free? No way.
Yeah, it's free. It's totally free.
That's amazing.
So
okay, wait.
Amazing.
These have to be limited items. So I'm assuming, do you guys have like an option where you could call ahead of time, or do you have it online where it shows like, okay, our bubble machine's available right now? Can you call and like put it on hold or something?
So we don't do hold. It is first come, first serve, but you can see there's certain libraries that have them. So if you go to chipublib.org, which is the library website, you can look up the library of things and see all the fun random stuff that you can get. You can also see there's like events going on, like we have a community cinema, so you can see some of the movies that came out recently for free at your local branch. There's tons of things like that.
It makes me feel like this is the most untapped resource
Never in my
Chicago.
life. That's amazing.
Because I got a library, when I was in Chicago, we don't live in the city anymore, Joy, but when I lived in the city, I got myself a library card, and I would check out books for the boys, but that was it, because you associate library book. Even music and movies, it's still not, it's not hardwired into a lot of people's heads that there's so many resources. But I think this is cool, because this little item, even though it's a one-off thing where this guy posted his total, this is the kind of thing that will raise awareness. How is the library system doing? Am I right? Is there truth here that folks just don't know what is at their fingertips here?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do. Some people are really plugged in with their local branch. They use all the community resources. They go to story time. They go to the Makers Lab, use the 3D printers, and laser cutters and stuff, but a lot of people just have no idea that it's more than books or more than like audiobooks and things like that. So there are some very valued locals, but we could always use more people using more resources.
3D printers. Okay, my question to you is, do you have to live in the city to use the Chicago Public Library, or can you work in the city, and does that still count?
You do have to be a Chicago resident to check things out, but to attend the events, it's pretty open.
Yeah, pretty open. Now, what is how unusual is the 118,000? Okay, that strikes me as like, you know, that's wildly, you know, that's a huge number. What are most people's tallied at?
So I've seen, I would say like that's a lifetime thing. I would say I've seen as high as 1.5 million on one person's card.
Whoa.
What?
Typically, though, typically it's usually around like 50 to 80,000. I think would be maybe more average, but it is up there. It's definitely up there, especially if you use interlibrary loan, where you're checking things out from other libraries through us.
Oh, I didn't know that was an option too. You know, I gotta say too, as a parent, Joy, of young children, you mentioned, you know, story time. But even if you don't live in Chicago, no matter where you are right now watching us, check out your library, because the things that they offer these days for kiddos, they've got craft time, music time, just mentioned story time. They've got play areas, and you can go for free, enjoy the space, and then go home. It's
and
just
you have
the
just saved
library.
yourself $200 on daycare, right? You know,
Absolutely.
it's like...
Absolutely. It's a fantastic resource that, you're right, I don't think a lot of people use, or they don't even think to use it, because to Anthony's point, you just think, oh, I want a chapter book, I'll go to the library, but there's so much more to libraries these days.
Joy Hauser, before we let you go, one more time, where do people go to find out more information and maybe access that Library of Things list?
Absolutely. That would be chipublib.org, the library website. Or you could check out any of CPL's social media as well.
Love
Wonderful.
it. Joy Hauser, thank you for the info. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us.
She just blew my mind.
Yeah, exactly.
A bubble maker? A bubble
Caitlin,
maker?
guess what? I used to date a librarian.
Ooh.
Yeah.
With glasses, super cute.
She was very cute, and you know, she had a sign. I remember she had a sign in her apartment that said "Talk nerdy to me."
I'm gonna click that. No, I won't.
That's my big memory of dating a librarian. But she majored in, I remember she majored in library science. She's really...
Is she still a librarian
I don't know.
today?
I don't know. We've lost contact.
Was that her?
We've lost contact. It wasn't Joy.
It wasn't Joy.
No,
Okay, well.
But I should follow up and see.
I like it.
Quick little, you know,
tidbit.
Anecdote, little tidbit. 10:58. Another hour Chicago Now is coming up next on this Friday. It's a snowy Friday. Cruising into the weekend, everybody. We'll be right back.
Welcome to basketball. 11 o'clock. Welcome to the second hour of Chicago Now.
It's Friday.
It is Friday. Again, we have this big window that we're looking out of, and we can see the snow just falling.
Look at that
And of
car
course, I
trying to
have a
turn
little
around.
road trip going to Michigan right after this. Yeah, look, that's exactly what we're looking at right now. So
Take it slow, Gabby.
I'm a little nervy. I'm a little nervous, and you can see the snow falling actually in the camera. You know, sometimes you have to look at the different monitors. And
the Versa
it actually, you know, in real life right here.
Snowplow. Nice to see a snowplow going.
Right on cue. Right on cue. Yeah.
It's Chicago. We're used to this.
I'm going skiing on this weekend.
Are you
actually,
excited?
in Michigan, and I think there's going to be some like somewhat fresh snowfall. I am, but do you ever get like a little voice inside your head that says, "Don't do something"?
Have you never skied before?
I have skied many times.
Okay, so what are you?
But for some reason, Tia, since this morning, I've had this like gut feeling that I shouldn't ski.
Shouldn't do
so
it.
actually,
Maybe
I
you
might
shouldn't
be
do it.
actually not skiing. But have you ever had that? Am I crazy?
No, I've had that, and usually something goes awry. So what I would say is just be, you know, in my case, when I go to the ski resort, I go strictly for the fashion and strictly for the warm drinks. And I just go to
That's true. You know what? Maybe I could do that this time.
Yeah, sometimes you just sit back, be cute, and you know, just enjoy the sights of
where
everything.
I'm going and stuff. Nothing fancy. It's just like a little place in Michigan, but
Maybe
you know
just
what?
sit on the sidelines this time.
You might be right.
Yeah.
Well, you can, you know, sit on your comfy little couch right now and watch us because we have an exciting show coming up.
We really do.
Have comedian Funny Marco coming in.
Oh my
in
goodness.
studio. I've only seen a few things of his, but you know he has a big following. He has that podcast that a lot of famous people are coming on. And he's going to be in Chicago Improv this weekend. That's going to be interesting.
I absolutely love to see people start from the ground up. He started with a lot of his skits being done in Walmart, and they have evolved, and he's evolved into this like iconic, I would say younger, he kind of leans younger, so, but his interviews are different. They're hilarious, and I've watched every single one on YouTube, so, you know, I'm actually
There you go. Okay, then you know
want to know
stuff.
the story real quick?
Yeah,
so
I do.
the story is I'm stuck in Colombia, right? The whole thing had happened with Venezuela. I'm at the resort in Colombia, and we're thinking, oh my gosh, I hope we can get home safely. So we were trying to look for something funny to kind of like ease the feelings that we're having inside. So they have YouTube available. So we go on YouTube and we watch every single interview that Funny Marco has done, the one that he did with G Herbo. He did another one with another Chicagoan that I can't think of right now. And they're absolutely hilarious, awkward, hilarious at the same time. And so, yeah, I became a fan of his different way of doing interviews because it is very different. If you watch any of those interviews on
Well, what do you mean?
YouTube,
Is it like sarcastic? Is it like him like giving them
it was
off the
Mojo
wall
Brooks. That's who the other person.
questions or what?
I think he intentionally is awkward to make you awkward. And I'm thinking he's probably going to do that with us today. Be a little awkward.
So you're telling me, be prepared, Gabby.
Yeah, be prepared for him to, when you ask him a question, to be just awkwardly silent and kind of look at you and you're like, okay, is something wrong with me?
Okay. You know what?
It's different. It's different, but I can
Some people
get
will tell
into
me
it.
like, oh, that was such an awkward conversation. I go, was it? Like, was it? Like,
No,
sometimes
this
I
is
just don't
obvious.
get- Oh, this
is
All right.
obviously
I'll be ready.
intentionally awkward.
Well, another one with another big name.
Yes,
coming to
huge
join
name.
us over Zoom. Real Housewives of Atlanta, Chicago native Drew Sidora. Obviously, we know her from that show for years and years, but also as an actress, as a singer too. That's gonna be very exciting.
Yeah, and I interviewed her a couple years ago in person, and she was absolutely magnificent. And so I'm just curious what she thinks. You know, I always say I want to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah.
I'm just curious what she thinks about this new season, because if you're a fan of the show, you know that a lot of, I won't say all the old heads are coming back because Candy's not coming back, but we have learned that Nene Leakes is joining the show. So I think it's going to be hot and interesting. Because Nene is very interesting. So her dynamic with Drew's dynamic, Drew is very outgoing, very straightforward these days. It's going to be interesting.
And she has a new Tubi show,
She does. Movie
that's really, really popular. It's trending right now.
I haven't watched it.
I haven't had a chance either. You know, sometimes during the week you get done with work and you have to do your workout, these little
It's on my
nuances
list.
and stuff, but it's on the list for a weekend.
Yeah, let's talk about what's trending though, because this first one, I was like, is somebody in this house?
At first I was like, are people really making a big deal of this? But then I
Nah.
kept on seeing videos. I'm like, wait a second, this is happening for a while. So break it down.
So there's a house in Plainfield, and I'm gonna be honest, and I hope, you know, whoever owns the house doesn't come after me. but it looks spooky, okay? It does. It looks like it's in the middle of nowhere, and it looks spooky. I know exactly the stretch of road this is on. It's off of 143rd Street in Plainfield. That's kind of like older, more rural Plainfield.
Yeah.
And what was happening is, here's the video. In the middle of the night, people saw this flickering. So people are under the impression somebody's trapped inside. They're doing Morse code here, basically saying, help me, get me out of here. I'm in the basement. A man got me trapped. That's what people thought. Well, turns out that is absolutely not the case. And what's crazy is that in the comments, I gotta get my water. You finish it. I don't know why I started choking. This always happens to me, Gabby.
In the comments, see, I don't even know where you are though, Tia. You leave me this.
Somebody's in the comments saying basically, hey, no, I have one of those lights. And
okay, here it is. Okay.
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah, so someone kind of came on and was like, yeah, I have those lights. It's like solar lights, and they start flashing when they're defective or when they're low on power. And so the owner said the lights will be replaced pretty soon. That's according to the Will County Sheriff's Office, and they'll continue to follow up if there's any suspicious activity or neighborhood concerns.
And what's crazy is that people in the comments were like, if you could scream in somebody's face, people in the comments were screaming in the person's face that made the comment saying, I have this light. It's nothing suspicious here. This has happened outside my house. And people, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. Get offline. And I'm like,
people like the drama, Tia.
I'm like, I think this person may be right, and she was.
They want the plot. They want the plot, which, you know what? I kind of do too.
I am happy they took this seriously enough, though, to go check it out, make sure nobody was trapped, because we have seen instances in other places like Cleveland, Ohio, where some ladies were actually trapped in a house. So, I mean, in the past. So I'm happy that they went to check it out and took it seriously.
And it is spooky. Like, that's a newer development from where they took the video from. Yeah. Like, you know, there's a new line of houses and stuff. As you said, it's kind of rural, but there's, you know, newer homes going up. And so they see it from afar. They're like, what the heck? Of course, like, you don't want to be the person who just leaves it be.
But imagine all the calls they were getting on this. I mean, man, talk about exacerbating resources. But yeah, they took care of it. So now we know it's a defective light that was low on power. Mystery solved.
Okay, so I guess a better ending. New U.S. population data filed with alarming, surprising findings. So essentially, U.S. population growth slowed sharply between July 2024 and July 2025. I feel like this is kind of, you know, maybe obvious because we know that people are having less kids, but I guess this just proves it. So increasing by 1.8 million. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Today.
It's okay. You got it. Yeah, I think
the lowest rate since COVID-19.
Yeah, and then they went on to say the historic drop in net international migration was the primary driver of slower growth. Talking about immigration falling, of course, we know during that time is when we really start hearing more about. We always knew immigration was a thing, but I don't think, you know, as a person living in America, it was top of mind until we start hearing it more and more. And so, yeah, they're saying immigration had something to do with that as well, and migration.
And it also says fertility continues to decline. Women are having fewer children and later in life. So this is an interesting stat. Share of women ages 40 to 44 with one child nearly doubled since 1980.
When I saw that, I said two things, okay, because I'm in that number. Here's what I will say. People always ask me now that I have a child, because people assume I'm younger. I don't know why, because I don't look that young.
You are young.
But people always ask me, you know, what is it like having a child? Would you have another child? That's the question after you have your first kid that people always ask you, which I think is unfair because, first of all, you don't know my womb situation. That's number one. But number two.
But some people just like myself are just plain old curious. Like, what are we going to expect?
But as you get older and you have children, I think the reason why we're seeing women have children older is the pressures of life, right? It's to be successful. You got to have a job. You have to have all these things in place. And let's not add in the pressures of society of saying that you have to be wed, which I think, now that I'm older, I personally would throw that out of the window to some degree. I really would. Like, I don't think you necessarily have to be married. You know, I'm still a Christian. I still believe in all those values, but I don't think you necessarily have to be married to have a child, because when you're 40-something and you have a child, your body is, you might as well add on a ×2 to that age, because that's what you feel like. You feel like your bones are way creakier, you are sleepy, you are tired, and you still have to be there for your child. So people always ask me, you know, would you have a child again? I'm like, at this age? Absolutely not. Like, I can't handle it. But at the same time, I do understand when you're younger, you may not be as financially ready either. But don't wait. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I could give any advice as an older mom, that's probably gonna be the one in the pickup line with the placard, because I'm gonna be the elderly mom.
You're acting like the retirement age.
I'm just gonna say, don't wait till it's too late. And if you want a child, have yourself at least one child.
But you know, you make such a good point, because especially with women, you know, taking their career so seriously, because you almost need that double income to raise a child now. You know, things are so expensive, and that's what they highlight here is rising costs. Obviously, housing, education, healthcare, all that, infertility and cultural shifts are contributing to smaller families and delayed milestones. Makes sense.
Yeah, you got to be. So I just say that, you know, make sure you have all of those ducks in a row, but don't let society pressure you into, you know, what they think is what a mom should be, the ideal of a family situation. Because personally, I think that is shifting. And I think that it's causing a lot of people, you know, they're 48, maybe they're not married, and they want a child, but they're not doing it because of how it looks to society. Forget society, live your life. That's my best advice.
Yeah, we're in
as an older mom.
People.
Yeah.
Times have been
my advice. All right, let's talk about Costco because they have been sued over a $4.99 rotisserie chicken. When I saw this, I said,
but so popular.
These are popular, and they're so dang on tasty. Okay, so this is a class action suit alleging it falsely advertised that its Kirkland signature rotisserie chicken has no preservatives, and this was filed on January 22nd in federal court right out of California. The suit claims that the chicken actually contains sodium phosphate and carrageenan. Am I saying that right?
You know, I don't know, Tia.
I tried to say it. I had YouTube tell me earlier, but I can't remember. I think that's right, though, which plaintiffs argue are preservatives. So they're basically saying you're advertising this chicken for the low, and in fact, it has preservatives. But can I be honest here? I feel like I bring a bit of honesty to this show. I get what it's advertised as, and it's your right to sue. I'm not saying you shouldn't sue, but if something's that cheap, don't you think something's got nothing can be perfect?
Always the same thing with some of these fast food chains.
Nothing.
Like one that starts with the B and K. I'm like, how is that so cheap?
Nothing is going to.
How is that cheap? But you know,
they're growing it in the basement.
Obviously, that's going to be a big appeal to people. Yeah, no, that's going to be a big appeal to people saying, okay, no preservatives. So Costco removed the no preservative sign now, and the language and said that the ingredients are used for texture and moisture and are approved by the FDA.
I can smell one right now. Jewel has one. That's really good. Jewel, is it Jewel or Jules? Because, you know, when you're Chicago,
we say Jewel
is Jewel without the S. Jewel has really good grilled.
They have
you had that grilled chicken?
No, but they have. It would not surprise me. No, they're doing some great stuff over there.
I could have a piece
them. Kudos. But you know, honestly, making a rotisserie chicken isn't that hard at home. It's obviously it's not going to be the turning, but like a baked whole chicken.
Oh, look at that. Preservatives are not. Sign me up, baby. Sign me up.
Sometimes I forget that I have free will and I can actually just go and get something to eat, but I'm just going to look at that.
I'm curious, what is your favorite part of the chicken?
The thighs.
Me too.
I love
Don't give me nothing else. I don't want the breast. I don't want the wings. I don't want the legs. I want the thighs.
Yeah, at the same time, not that picky, right? But that's the first one.
My favorite.
But those are amazing because like, you can meal prep for so long.
Yeah, for different things.
You just take it home, can put it in like little containers, freeze it for later.
You can make a chicken salad.
Anyways, this is turning into a Costco rotisserie chicken advertisement. You know the reason they put it at the back of the store, right?
Why?
Because they know it's so popular and it draws people.
Oh, and they'll shop along the way.
Yeah, they'll shop along the way.
That's clever. That's business.
So, okay, switching gears yet again, another trending topic is that men are picking up attraction hobbies.
Okay.
What do you think that means?
So I have not read this, so this is my true response of what I think it means.
Okay.
I think they're doing hobbies that they know women will also be present. Or men will be present, whatever your sexual preference.
You know, actually that's probably part of it too. But the trend aligns with viral TikTok parody videos mocking performative men. So attraction hobbies range widely from tennis to pottery to creative writing or other cultural pursuits. They say that the reason why is to curate interest in aesthetics to appear sensitive, intellectual, or emotionally aware.
That's lame. I'm sorry. Like, you need to be those things, period.
And this reflects a broader shift in male dating strategies, moving away from the alpha bro energy, you know, to being more soft, femmy maybe. We can do some pottery together.
I'm trying to understand.
But yeah, I mean, obviously they'll think that there's probably, you know, females at some of these classes, but experts say the phenomenon reflects a deep human tendency to people will adopt behaviors they believe increases attractiveness, even if it feels inauthentic. If we really want to get deep.
So wait a minute. It feels inauthentic. That means it probably is. So
exactly.
then
So
you're
just
not.
go back to the gym, brother.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're not really going to be emotionally intelligent and emotionally aware in the relationship, that's you're a fraud.
Yeah, right?
That's not cool.
Like, what are we going to take? Like, okay, so I see you in my pottery class. We're going to take like 2 weeks of classes together, and then you're going to dip, you know, because you got me?
Yeah, or it turned, yeah, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so what's the point?
I don't know. This world is different now, and I'm just trying to live in it. This world is.
But you know what? There's literally a trend for everything on TikTok. Like, what about the pink and red writing that we had the other day, or like
That's crazy.
Yellow?
Oh,
like,
yellow for.
Oh, I'm feeling emotional.
Yeah, if you're feeling emotional, or red if you're being, you know.
Yeah, sexy. I don't know.
I thought it was like jarring, or more like I'm being.
No, I think we made that up.
Oh, we made it up.
We made that
okay.
up. Yeah.
Well, it was probably true. The thing about this world, and what's interesting when people talk about dating and stuff, people always ask me, and I'm sure you get this too now that you're married. People ask you, where do you suggest I find love? And I always tell women, if you're looking for a man that you know is serious, that you know may have some financial stability, you should go to Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards. That's what I tell them.
Especially if you want some home projects done.
Well, my thought is, if you're a homeowner, you have to be some type of responsible, right? To at least own it.
That's
pay the
true.
bill. Now, if you're not taking care of the property, that's different. But if you're in one of those stores, you clearly care about the property, right? So you know how to take care of things. You're potentially handy. So I'm like looking at all the good aspects that could come from somebody that would be in there looking for maybe a tool for their home or something like that. So that's why I tell women when they say, I'm looking for a nice, strong man, go to one of the
But like,
handy
how
stores.
intimidating. Like, you're going to be like, oh.
They're going to come to you. Oh, no.
They're going to come to you?
Go now as a married woman to a Home Depot or Lowe's, or when you were not married, and watch. You're literally going to be like honey, and they're going to be the flies, and you're going to be like,
Really?
whoa, how many? I can't take all these numbers.
Wow. Okay.
It's something.
Okay.
And go in a good
give some
neighborhood.
tips to my girls. Yeah.
That's another good tip. Go in a really nice neighborhood.
That's true. Because I'm trying to think, as you're saying that, I'm like, where else could people meet, like, you know, in a similar kind of space? Because people always say, like, oh, go to the financial district and, like, go to some of the bars.
I'm telling
there,
you where to
be
go.
like a finance bro.
No.
But, like, that's not very attractive to me, you know?
I just told you. I just
Home
gave
Depot,
you free
okay.
game. You guys did not pay me. Go to any of the handy dandy stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards. You can pick whichever one you like.
Yeah, switch it up maybe.
Ace Hardware, wherever you want to go. Go in a nice neighborhood and just go. Look a little helpless. Go in a couple of aisles and watch. You'll have 5 dates by the weekend.
Yeah, can you help me
I promise
this?
you. I can't speak for men where to go.
What kind of nail is this? What kind of screw is
Yeah,
this? All right.
you'll have plenty of dates lined up. Now, I don't know, what would you tell a man? I would tell a man, if a man were to ask me, I would tell him to go to the nail salon.
Yeah, that's true. But then it's so hard. Like, what are you going to do? Interrupt?
No. You gotta listen to my advice.
Okay, listen.
So you go get your nails done, your toes done. Okay, so a woman is gonna be attracted because they're gonna be like, wow, this is a man that's really into himself. Now, it could go several different ways, but usually a woman's gonna be like, wow, this is a very strong man. He's really taking care of himself. And the next thing you know, the woman next to you, if she's also single, is gonna say, wow, I could do that for you. Next thing you know, you got a date. I'm telling you.
Whoa.
Good advice right here.
So have you ever thought about being a matchmaker? I mean, have you ever set
I would
someone
be a
up?
really good matchmaker. Have I ever set somebody up? That's a good question. No.
You haven't?
No, because I don't really hang out. I've never, even as a single person really, I've never really hung out with people that were single because I was intentional about wanting to be married. So like most of the people that I've always been around have been married.
Yeah, you have to have that kind of energy around
Yeah.
you. Yeah, you are who your friends are. I think that's the #1 quote.
Yeah, but if you need some love advice, call me up, I got you.
Okay, Tia. All right.
The trends continue.
That's what we have for right now. We have some more later on that are also extra interesting. We'll
Yeah,
be right
very.
back after this short break.
These are the moments they fight for.
Welcome back to Chicago Now. So I got to clear some stuff up because our little peanut gallery behind the scenes, they were telling me that I just said some stuff I didn't even realize what I was saying. I don't know anything about honey potty. But
is that an appropriate term to use on TV, or
I don't
is there
know.
some kind of
I don't know. I don't even want to get into
sexual innuendo
I don't even
going
want
on with that? Anyway,
what I will say though is, because I said it shows that you're responsible, you know, and potentially a homeowner if you go to Home Depot, you could also be a renter and responsible, right? Because
that's
you're
true.
in Home Depot, you're managing your apartment, so it can go either way. But the point is that it shows. Yeah, less likely, but the point is that it shows some sort of responsibility, care, maturity. You're not potentially as lazy. So that's what I'm saying. And you also could be picking up, you know, dating somebody that's a blue-collar worker, that's a respectable jobs, contractors, plumbers, electricians. So listen, you don't have to take my advice. But it's cold outside, it's snowing. Stay in your bed by yourself.
Exactly.
You don't want to take it?
Yeah, but
I'm just saying, stay in your bed by yourself.
Wait.
You don't have to take my advice. I'm good. I'm warm in my bed.
You said that you have gone to some of these said places and you've had to run out.
Okay, so I went to a Home Depot, and this is the truth, in Madison, Illinois. Matson. Some of us that have lived in Chicago all the time say Matson.
There's a lot of
debate. There's a whole debate. Matson, Madison, right? And I went there alone, okay? And maybe it was the fit. I don't know. You know, leggings fit me a little bit different. And I had to get up out of there. I was like, I went in here for some soil or whatever I went in there for, and I felt like I was...
And you literally had to run out?
I literally was like, I can't take it anymore. No more men. Stay away. And got up out of there.
What do you... Okay.
Yes, I did. I had to go.
That happens
too much.
a lot sometimes at gas stations. Does that ever happen to you at gas station? And so
yeah, people talk to me at gas stations.
Like, I'm always like...
You're almost like mean?
Yeah, I'm like... You know, like...
Because you don't want anybody to approach you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't do that. You're on TV, because people might say, that Gabby is just a mean girl.
Yeah, maybe that's why, actually, they might be looking... I'm sometimes so, like, unaware of that kind of stuff.
I am, too, but, like, as you do it more, you become aware, because people will be like, somebody literally told my husband they saw me in a store, and it was not me. I still don't know who they saw, because it was not Tia Ewing. And they said they spoke to me, and I was so rude. And I'm like, I don't even go in that area.
Yeah.
It was somewhere downtown. They said it was me.
That happened to me in my last market, too.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
And I felt bad. I'm like, well, do you know, can I call them? Because I want to let them know I would never do a thing.
They see someone similar to you, and that's maybe even on another news channel, and they'll think it's you.
No, I would never do that. If I see somebody, listen, I don't care. And listen, it's some days I look like a straight dog, because I get straight out of my bed, wash my face, brush my teeth, no makeup, and I go out, and people are like, Tia, and they want to take a picture or whatever. Cool, you want to take a picture with this ugly face with no makeup? Sure, let's do it. I'm not like that. So, like, whoever you saw, it was not me, because I am a loving person 100% of the time.
Okay, so a nail salon for men.
Yep.
Go there if you're looking for a female, and then for
and that could go
males,
for that,
or for females, go to Home Depot,
and
or
that can
one
go
of those hardware stores.
And that could be irregardless of your sexual preference, right? So like
That's true,
it could work either way. There's so many, and it also, if you're a man and you're looking for somebody, concerts. Go to a concert by yourself, because people are going to ask the question, or dinner by yourself, and sit at the bar when you have the dinner, and people are obviously going to say, you're here by yourself?
You kind of have to sit at the bar.
They're going to say, and I'm not talking about a bar, I'm talking about a restaurant,
like a restaurant
with a bar.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and people are going to be curious, especially if you're looking good, smelling good. Somebody's going to walk up and say, you're here by yourself?
Exactly.
And the next thing you know, dates on dates on dates. I'm telling you. And when you get married, call me and let me know if my tips actually work.
Tia is gonna,
okay, call me.
Tia's gonna start a little matchmaking thing, and I told her to put that on social media, like make a video about that. I feel like that's kind of a public service announcement. No kidding, for real. All right, we have more trending topics.
Yes.
First, this is crazy to me. 25-year-old American woman finishes solo row across the Atlantic.
I watch all of her videos.
That is roughly 3,000 miles.
She did it, and in her videos, here's one of her videos. You could tell, like, as the days were going here, she was tired. This was 46 days she did this, and the first, like, couple of weeks, she was looking, like, real, like, peppy, real, like, about it, and as it went on, you could tell it was, like, starting to take a toll on her. Look at her now.
Those waves.
Yeah, and at one point, she was in the middle of, one of her videos I watched, she was in the middle of the storm, Gabby, and all I kept saying, I was literally praying for her. I was like, God, please protect this young lady so she does not fall off of the boat. Because it was like, She had posted a video. It was not live.
Okay.
It was an after the fact video, but it was like she was in the middle of it, and the boat was like, that's nothing. You're talking about that boat moving right now?
That's
it was
nothing?
Nothing.
No, that's terrifying.
And I was like, God, please protect her. And he did. Look at her.
She made it. Okay, her name is Taryn Smith, again, 25 years old. She launched from Spain and spent 46 days at sea. And she apparently was rowing 10 to 12 miles per day.
Yes, and she documented this on YouTube, also on Instagram. The one question I have for her that I never fully got answered is, like, how was she eating? That was the one question that I had when I was watching her.
She had like hiker,
Those gels.
Oh, okay, like the packs.
Like,
okay, because yeah, I was watching like
protein gels.
Girl, how are you
electrolyte
eating?
gels.
Honey, Marco then walked in here looking like a bear. It's so cold outside. He got his bear suit on. But anyways, yeah, so I was like, man, this is crazy to see, but I loved following her journey. And I think this is really important for people to know. She rode in support of Girls on the Run. That's a nonprofit that empowers young girls through physical activity. So she didn't just do it for herself to be famous on Instagram, because, you know, we're living in that world now where people do stuff just to be viral. She did it for a really good cause. So I loved her videos.
Are you ever rowing at the gym?
You know what's crazy? I just bought a rowing machine.
You did?
I think I told some people in the newsroom off of Dick's Sporting Goods.
Okay.
It was marked down to $53.
Really?
So yeah, I'm really
Still
excited.
recently?
Yeah, I just bought it on Monday.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get one because
Yes, they have it.
that's
I
part of the
love it.
race. Remember the race I did? That's a big part of it is rowing. You know,
And it's full body.
and it's full body. You just have to make sure you're doing the right like movements because it can hurt your back easily.
And it can, it can mess up your back.
Neck, everything.
Yeah.
But it's a hard workout.
It is. I've done it.
1,000 meters will put you out.
But I was like, man, I want my house to have, like, you know, if I don't go to the gym or go with my trainer or whatever, I could do a full circuit. So I was like, that'll be cool to add to the machine.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, once you get enough of those like personal trainer workouts, like you can kind of curate your own thing pretty easy.
Okay, we got to talk about Pepsi.
It just never ends for these.
Yeah,
I don't want to say
how long ago was this? Yeah, they not
Guys,
poor,
how
financially or otherwise.
How long ago was this? A year?
Was this
year and a half?
Coldplay thing? It's been a while. It's the summer. This was the summer, and I'm sure you've seen the video. Again, they claimed that they were not together. That they were not creeping, cheating, none of the above. I think it's a big old lie. But nevertheless, Pepsi has spoken fun at the Coldplay concert couple in a new polar bear Super Bowl ad. Do we have the ad?
They will just not run away from it.
Okay, so here's the ad. Let's see. So the bear is like, boop,
He's
boop.
like, what?
I'm trying to understand. Have you watched this?
No, I haven't.
The bear.
You're not the only.
Oh, he's talking to the therapist.
This can be heavy. Tell me about your mother.
I want to break free.
Ooh, that Pepsi look good.
I just need something.
Oh.
Too
You
much.
deserve taste. Oh my goodness, they're basically
deserve
saying they're
Pepsi.
classless. They don't have any taste. Ooh.
Wow.
I don't know. That was a gut punch.
Shots fired in so many ways.
That was pretty good.
Man.
I don't even know what to think of it, but it's a really good
I
commercial.
don't either. And you know what? At this point, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm starting to feel bad for these people because
I'm
like
not.
they're not ever gonna. But this should be a message to anyone who thinks that they can sneak around. That
You always get caught.
you always get caught.
And
Either the
sometimes-
intuition
Yeah.
or straight on 4K.
And when you get caught, it may not ever come to an end. Right? I mean, that embarrassment has lasted.
Big time.
I wonder, will they try to sue out of curiosity? I mean, they don't name them, but I'm just curious
Don't you
if
think
they
that
will.
there would already be a lawsuit filed? No.
I thought there were something going on with some of that, but I mean,
Well, he can hire the right kind of people to get the right kind of lawyer. Right?
they're not really using their likeness because they're using bears. You know,
Yeah,
polar
that's
bears.
true. Yeah.
But we all know what they're alluding to, so I don't know. I mean, whatever.
So this is interesting.
Don't
and
do
I want to get your opinion as a mom, you know, and with Story, your bonus kids. So tween boys wearing shorts in the winter. So if you go to a middle school, and I feel like this has been happening forever though, hasn't it? Which you likely did. You probably remember the boys in your class wearing shorts like all the time. Doesn't matter if it was 70 degrees. Doesn't matter if it was -7-degree weather. Well, on a recent episode of Amy Poehler's Good Hang, she and Claire Danes discussed the fact that tween boys just love to do this. So this kind of brings up the conversation. Do you control that much what your kids are wearing? Like, should you let them do this in whatever kind of weather? Obviously 70 degrees, like perfect time to wear shorts, but like -7, boys, come on.
It's not even just that. Okay, so the boys are wearing the shorts. In the summer, you got, you know, our kids wearing hoodies. It's not 100 degrees outside, and your kid's gonna grab the hoodie every time. So I mean, you can't win with these kids. A lot of them are just off, and you just have to accept who they are. Like, it is, their bodies are off. Like, they in the winter, they're wearing shorts. They want to wear swimsuits.
This one has his dogs out. Like, his feet are straight. He has
flip-flops. They wear flip-flops in the snow.
Thong sandals on.
Oh yeah, this is real. This happens all the time. You don't remember this in college? They grow up and still do
That's
this.
true. And I remember especially the athletes would be walking around campus and it'd be like super cold outside.
Yeah, they don't care.
What
They don't
are
care.
you doing?
And then my kids, they put on the hoodies, and it's 115 degrees outside. And I'm like, are you? And
I feel like I remember doing that.
They're like, it's so hot. You think?
You think? Well,
off. It's not all wired right.
Well, actually, I was overhearing Caitlin and Anthony talk about this in the 10 o'clock hour because Anthony's kid, has been deemed, pretty much Theo has been deemed the kid who just wears shorts all the time.
So I don't want to say.
So that's him.
But my kids are.
But they talk about bringing extra clothes. Like, you could bring extra clothes in situations like this.
They ain't bringing extra clothes, Gabby. They're wearing that stuff all day. Let's just call it what it is. These kids are of a new generation.
Here's the thing.
We will never understand it.
I'm gonna embarrass my husband a little bit, but I like to. I tend to try to control what he's wearing. Because, like, no, okay, not control, but I give him crap.
Don't try to clean it up.
I give him crap a lot for what he's wearing. The guy will wear something like, you know, this. If okay, how do I put this? I guess I don't say it that much.
Why you gonna ask me?
Let's double back. Forget the last 30 seconds.
I let you wear whatever you want to wear. If that's what you want to wear outside, and you know we.
I just want things that are matching, I guess.
Who?
I just want things that are matching.
If my husband wants to be a fudge pop in the wintertime, be a fudge pop. You're gonna freeze.
You're a better woman than I, Tia.
All right, well, let's talk about Fun and Marco. He's at the Chicago Improv this weekend. He just walked in here. Apparently, he's ready for the weather. I hope he wears a hat while he's sitting here. We'll have his interview live right here from the ChicagoNOW studio right after this break. Stay with us.
This is Wolves Are.
like such a fun show today.
We do.
With really big names.
We do.
We are very
This
lucky.
is a huge one.
Okay, for years you've known her on Real Housewives of Atlanta, star obviously Drew Sidora, but also an actor.
Yes.
Actress, you have to think
Singer.
that singer.
Yes.
Also very
talented.
popular on social media.
A mom.
She is joining us, a mother,
Yes.
obviously. She is joining us live over Zoom. Thank you so much.
Hi guys.
So wait,
Beautiful
Drew.
smile, first of all.
Drew.
You're literally lighting up the screen.
I gotta ask Drew. So wait a minute. You are a Cubs fan or a Sox fan?
Oh, you see it, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so a couple.
I'm feeling some type of way, Drew. I thought for sure White Sox.
Oh my God, I love all my Chicago teams, but
Okay.
I'm definitely a Cubs girl. If you know, you know.
So wait, you in your closet right now?
We're actually in my glam space. So this is actually
True.
where I get my hair, my makeup done, you know, when I'm getting ready for either a red carpet or Housewives. We film in this room. I wish I was there with you guys in studio. So next time I'm home, I definitely have to stop by.
I wanna be in the glam.
Please come, and then we're going to sit down for about 45 minutes, and you're going to tell me all your beauty secrets, okay?
Yeah,
I know
'cause
you're naturally like that.
She
But
is naturally
For
beautiful.
people who don't know Drew, you know, you live under a rock. Obviously, you're from Chicago. What neighborhood are you from?
So, I mean, my family is from 1938. So, if you know, you know, that's like my family's street. And I went to Rich Central High School. And so I live in Atlanta now, but my mom and the rest of my family stay in the Orland Park area, Tinley Park. My father's side of the family is from the West Side. So shout out to everybody over there. So I've got family all over the city. My dad was a very prominent pediatrician, Dr. Jordan. A lot of people are familiar with his name. He served the indigent community in private practice for over 40 years. So a lot of people love Dr. Jordan. That's my dad. He recently passed away 2 years ago from Alzheimer's. So shout out to my dad. But yeah, I've got family all over the city, guys.
Yeah, sorry for your loss.
Sorry for your loss for sure.
We're
Drew,
so proud of you.
I know they are, and you're doing a lot. You got season 17, I believe it is, if I'm counting right, of Real Housewives coming up. But you have a film that people can check out right now on Tubi Twin. Tell us all about this film and what it's all about, Drew Sidora.
It's, first of all, I have to shout out the Amazing Footage Films family, my awesome director, Chris Stokes, Marcus Houston, who actually wrote this screenplay. It is a suspense thriller to a T. I actually play two characters. It's called Twin, and I don't want to give any spoiler alerts, but let me just tell you, there's a lot of twists and turns. I've seen a lot of people saying they had to watch it multiple times because you have to like piece all the moments together to put together this puzzle, because it's a very intricate, intelligent film, but it is very suspenseful. It is, it's a tricky film. I know for me, this was probably my most challenging role, or I should say roles to date, because attacking two characters at one time was more than a notion. Some days I didn't know if I was coming or if I was going, but I'm very, very proud of this, and I'm just very happy it's done so well. It was the most streamed movie on Tubi in Tubi history, and I heard that we have charted, so we're waiting for the official numbers to come out, but it's done exceptional. So thank you to everyone that tuned in and supported this amazing
Well,
film.
because it's totally trending. Obviously, when you sign up for something, you want it to be successful. Did you think it was going to be, this successful, like a blockbuster?
Blockbuster, yes. I did not. I actually just put my head down and I worked, and I just kind of leave it on the table, let it speak for itself. So it was another film that I was obviously very grateful and honored to be a part of, but actually did not know it would do these kind of numbers, break these type of records. So again, I just thank the fans, because it's really about entertaining the people, which I feel I did, but then everyone tuning in to watch, which we wouldn't be able to, have this type of visibility and the success without everyone tuning in and supporting it. So shout out to my cast too. Amazing supporting cast. Everyone did an amazing job.
And so people could go stream it on Tubi right now. Drew, we got to make a hard turn here. I know you said that you played two characters. You're used to people being two-faced it, and that's on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You like how I did that? Yeah, that is T. I clocked that, Drew. So season 17 is rolling through. When season 16 ended, it was, you know, I love how you stood up for yourself because everybody was trying to come for you. And one of the things that came out of that was Portia trying to come at you about this hairline. But then I see this ad come out about wigs and things. And guess who's one of the faces? I'll be darned, Drew Sidora.
Yours truly, I mean, I had an amazing time working with Go Naked for so many years. And Portia and I really developed a real, true, genuine, you know, friendship. So I was very saddened and disappointed in our bump in the road, but I can now call it a bump in the road because we have definitely gotten over it. You know, she extended an apology on our reunion. And so anyone that knows me knows I am the epitome of a Chicago girl. Like, I am so real. I tell it like it is. Like, I don't hold back. I can definitely stand for myself, but I don't wake up on violence. You know, I just really try to connect and just walk in my authentic self. So I never did anything wrong. So I didn't know I was catching all this smoke. But it was definitely, like the fan said, giving storyline, and she needed something to talk about. And I was kind of her punching bag with what she was dealing with personally. But again, not to beat a dead horse, she did apologize. We had a conversation. I think that's what's beautiful about our show, is that women are able to come together, have their differences, you know, have their shade, have their tea, have their moments. But then at some point, some of us, I won't say all, but some of us can sit down and take accountability and get through these, you know, challenging relationships and situations that we find ourselves in.
But how do you do it? Like, I've always asked wanted to ask someone like you this. How do you live with, like, you know, all this drama's going around? Like, for me, I'd be staying up all night. I wouldn't be able to sleep, right? Because, like, I'm just so anxious about what's going on. Can you kind of block it out, know that things are going to get resolved?
Well, not everything gets resolved. I can name a few that we have not had resolved, but I think over the years, because this was just my 5th season we finished filming, and my first season, yes, I was crying, I was up all night, I couldn't sleep. It was a lot to take in because I was a fish out of water. I came from scripted, and here I am in this world of reality that I'm not, you know, really familiar with. But I can tell you, since I am still here, and I've seen so many changes on our cast. I don't know if I went away.
No, you're here.
There.
We're seeing.
Okay. I have seen a lot of changes with the cast, so I'm just grateful that I can say I've learned how to kind of block out the drama and just walk in my truth. And anyone that knows, when you live in your truth, you don't have to look over your shoulder. You don't have to have anxiety. You don't have to worry, because the truth always comes out. So even though I have literally had all the women against little old me, it's like somehow the truth always comes out, and the fans are smarter. The fans know what's going on, and they definitely support me. So for that reason, I am very confident when I sit at the table with these amazing, strong, opinionated, crazy women, and I definitely have a seat at the table, and I really just stand on that. You know, I just stand on business, and I'm 10 toes down with how I feel and my truths and my morale. So that's what I really carry. And then maybe a shot of tequila every now and then. Doesn't hurt.
You have to.
What I adore, though, Drew, is that, you know, a lot of women on the show haven't always been forthcoming about their lives and really what's going on for real, you know, behind closed doors, but you have. And one of the things we saw in the season was, you know, the whole situation with Ralph. Is Ralph still living in the basement? I got to ask you, Drew, is Ralph still living in the basement?
Yes.
So
he's downstairs.
Is he in the basement now?
Well, not right now. Right now he's on vacation somewhere. I don't know where. You know, he likes to travel.
Okay.
That's nothing new either. So he's doing what he does. But when he's here, he is still residing in the basement. So we're still going through our process. It's been 3 years. And, you know, we're just trying to healthily co-parent our 3 beautiful kids. So.
Which is what you've been doing, and you've been doing a really good job at it. Thoughts on Nene Leakes potentially coming back this season?
Well, I don't know what's going on. I know that she was welcomed back into the Bravo universe. She was filming Ultimate Girls Trip, which I had the pleasure of attending their Atlanta stop. So that was actually my first time filming with Nene. I had filmed with Lisa Wu and Sheree and a lot of the OGs, Kenya Moore, obviously, Portia, Cynthia, but it was my first time filming with Kim Zolciak and Nene, and it was, let me just say, it was a time. It was a lot. Y'all will definitely have to tune in and see Ultimate Girls Trip. I was able to do, like I said, the Atlanta style, but it was a lot going on in that scene. And yeah, I think people will be excited to see Nene Leakes back on Bravo.
Very interesting.
Okay, you got to watch Twin on Tubi.
Yeah.
You got to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. Thank you so much, Drew, for joining us. I have one more question for you. Biggest beauty hack that's attainable for maybe women who are watching at home or men who are thinking you are so beautiful. What's one thing that you incorporate in your daily routine?
You guys will be so surprised. It's like going back to basics. So I just use coconut oil to moisturize my face, guys. Like
at night?
That's the secret moisturizer. I used it today, and that's what's on my face.
Got it. Okay, we'll have to use that. Drew Sidora, always a pleasure. Nice seeing you.
You as well. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. So adorable. She really is.
Oh my gosh.
All
I
right.
don't know what to expect, right? Because like you see someone on TV and or
she's
on
not that
reality
girl.
TV
She's
or after us and
she's solid.
She's
a Chicago girl. You can tell.
Girl.
Yeah, she is that girl. All right, well, he's that guy. Of course, I'm probably sure that you've seen him all over social media. Funny Marco is in the building, and he's going to join us in one of these big old brown couches or chairs. It's a chair. After this break.
Couch, whatever you want to call it.
We'll be right back.
When you're injured on the job,
Welcome back to Chicago Now. You know this face right next to us.
I do, because I've been watching them since the beginning.
Apparently she binge watched all your stuff when she was like fighting for her life in Colombia.
That's true. Your show on YouTube.
Yeah. And then all my Walmart pranks.
Yeah, I've watched every single one, and you could keep going. So first of all, this is Funny Marco. Welcome to our show. I got to ask you about this hat, because clearly you knew it was cold outside in Chicago, but you're from Kansas City. Kansas City.
Yeah.
So you're used to the cold a little bit.
No.
This
I left. I'm in Atlanta now.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not snowing down there. So.
But Tia's like, are those teeth trying to get you? No, they're bear claws. You don't know fashion. Like
apparently I don't. I don't know fashion.
Like we. You're going to be at the Chicago Improv starting. Is it tonight?
Yeah, tonight.
Weekend? What can people expect? Because they're pretty familiar with your stuff online, your videos. How do you take that kind of to the stage?
Just give me a different side.
Don't act up, Marco. I know how you do in these interviews.
She tried warning me, and I don't know what to expect. So answer that question at least, okay?
Okay, so just give me a part of me that some people don't get to see. Learning about me, so they see where I came from and my sense of humor and why I don't really take a lot of things too serious.
Even right now, you want to laugh.
Yeah. Because I had a word, I was like, I knew what I wanted to say, but like, don't say it. So I was like,
Say it.
No, because she was like, what should they expect? I was like, for me to be there. That's it.
Don't do me.
Okay, we got to talk about, because I watched, like she said, I did binge watch your YouTube show. This was a couple of months ago. You had Mojo Brooks on the show.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of Chicagoans. G Herbo. That was an interesting one.
Yeah.
What made you decide to go in that route? Because I'm so used to seeing your pranks, but I've seen you evolve and really make a turn to be more professional.
Yeah. Well, I had a. So I watched Ellen growing up. So I really was into, like, my mama always, I came home from school and she always watched it. And when I seen that show, she bring a light out of people, you know, that you never seen sometimes. So that's one thing that was installed in my head. I always used to, like, watch Ellen, like Oprah, Montel Jones. And I used to watch, you know, back in the day when we used to go home, our mamas used to watch a lot of TV shows, like, when it come to that.
Or
and
you stay home sick and you could watch Ellen.
I feel like in your mind when you're talking to people that it's something else, like you want to say other things. It's almost like you want to have an outburst. Is that true? Do you
it
think like other
What do you
things?
mean by an outburst? Like an angry outburst?
No. It's like
guy.
It's like something in there.
No, it's just, I'm like Lil Duval said, like, we like morphins, like we just think different. So it's just like the answer you probably want to receive, we have a whole nother different answer.
So could someone catch me up, and maybe some viewers at home? All right, what's this Walmart thing? Because I've seen your recent stuff with these, you know, pretty big name celebrities. What kind of pranks were you playing at Walmart?
Okay, so Walmart was a place that used to be open 24 hours.
Yeah.
So around the time when, you know, a lot of people were on Instagram, they were doing funny videos, I thought it would be funny to go in and, you know, pick people's brains while they shop. So I used to just do, okay, so I used to run up on people and I used to say rap lyrics to people from songs.
I remember this.
Oh yeah, and that's when some people were just confused. So yeah. So I used to just take like rap lyrics into like
people.
Yeah. But it was a good, you know, I read people energy, so I picked the right people.
You did. Every time you had somebody that it was clear this person gonna go viral.
Yeah.
Did anything ever happen to you going into these Walmarts that maybe people didn't see at home? What was the craziest thing that ever happened?
None, because I just know how to read people. I know how to read people.
You never got kicked out?
No.
Never once they kicked you out.
No, because people used to really think something was wrong with me, so they just didn't report it. So
they thought you were a little touched, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I must ask you, that interview that you did went viral with B. Simone. Because you checked her pretty well. Were you like sitting on that? Were you like waiting for her to finish so you could just
it's just a response. And I wouldn't say checked it like me. She's a great person. Let's start there. So one thing that she did was read back everything that we talked about in the interview. So people took that clip wrong. So nowadays with social media, they'll take a bit out of don't watch an hour interview and take one clip and then try to make it into like a storyline, but you have to watch the whole interview. So it was just more of, that was my time to use my comedy, and that's where I say morphins. As they talking, I'm thinking. So I was like, okay, as she's saying this, let me say something back to just brighten the moment. Because when she was repeating everything I went through, it could either go sad or happy, so I just thought I'd make it happy.
I love when you did that. And I did watch the whole thing. It was really good. What can people expect for you for improv? Because I would imagine it's really not a new space for you, because when you think about what you were doing in Walmart, it was literally like you're on a stage in a way. It just more people now will be in the audience. What can people expect? What are you thinking? Because you're thinking something. Say it,
No,
Marco.
I'm thinking I'm on the news, so I gotta be corporate. So I gotta be right.
But you really don't, though.
No, you really don't.
You can't cuss, but you ain't got to be corporate.
No, it's just me.
Don't cuss.
No, I'm just saying just corporate to, like, you know, just it's not that I do like too much, but I just know how to like read the room. Read the room. That's all.
I want to know.
Gotta be
I want to know. It's something in
then
my
I
brain.
think you're reading this room wrong.
No,
You are.
No, I feel like I'm sitting next to like two people that are familiar with themselves, and then I'm just a person that's joining a friend group, so I gotta read the room. You know when you get that new friend, you gotta like work your way in. Like, okay, all right, you just don't come in just being you. You know?
No, but I want you to be you, because I like what I've seen.
Yeah, no, we doing good. This is doing
We have
good right
plenty.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have plenty.
No, we got all day.
So when you go into these interviews, though, too, is it kind of, I guess, is a sense of improv, because you're not really, are you really planning out, like, you know?
At first I wasn't, but now I am, because I want to be more like a journalism. Did I say it right?
Journalist.
You want to
more like a journalist.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to have, like, what's the ultimate goal for your comedy? Is it like Netflix special? Is it like, you know, continuing on with
be a director and give people that's like up and coming a spotlight. So I really like how Ice Cube was, where he opened the door for like Chris Tucker, Mike Epps, and Fridays he seen visions in people and he put it in there. So just overall, I like watching people glow up. So if I can use my platform to help people out, and that's one reason why I start my interview channel and try to, you know, get Mojo, corporate, and people from Chicago that need, you know, that deserve that spotlight.
That was a funny interview. Like right now, I'm laughing. Just remember what was going on with you and Mojo. So
Yeah, it's funny.
Okay, so you're at Chicago Improv tonight, tomorrow, and then Sunday as well. Are there tickets available still?
Yeah, are y'all coming?
If it ain't snowing.
Look, I'm out of town.
It's
I'm gonna
snowing
have to come
right
back
now.
in a couple weeks, and I'd be fully free.
I'll be there.
What about you?
I'm going out of town.
Where you going?
Michigan. It's not very
Detroit?
exciting. It's kind of
She's going
embarrassing.
skiing.
No, I'm going
Okay.
like some.
She'll have on one of them outfits.
Chicago, are you going to Chicago?
Are you wearing this on stage tonight?
Oh, no. I dress up.
All right, you're gonna give me that
pretty
necklace before
dressed.
you leave?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, he's gonna give me that necklace before
Yeah.
you leave.
You ain't getting a necklace.
I think I
before you
am.
leave.
No,
Or
you
maybe the
definitely
hat.
could.
Hat?
And y'all both from Chicago?
I am.
Where you
Born
from?
and raised.
San Diego.
Cindy, oh wow. Came a long way.
That's what I want. Let's finish this with you asking us the questions, because you good at interviewing.
Yeah, I was just like trying to, you know, read. I was working my way into the friend group. So she's from Chicago.
I'm from Chicago. She's from San Diego.
San Diego, yeah. This is great.
Yeah.
This is going good.
We're already a shaky start. A shaky
No,
start.
this is
You know,
actually
what
great.
if we get to be more friends and you forget where I'm from, where she's from?
We
Well-
got 1 minute. What else you want to ask us?
Okay. Being in Chicago, what are some things that you should expect? And you staying here, what have you just learned? Because everywhere I go, somebody be like, be careful. Why do you say
Be
that?
careful. Be careful. Good answer.
But at the same time, yeah, just
Tuck
weirder
the chain.
surroundings, just like,
Tuck
like
the
where
chain.
you are.
I'll take it off.
Take it
so
off.
much, Funny Marco, for joining us. We will see you next week.
Good news for people with Medicare in Chicago.